It's a Western Conference game on display featuring the Sacramento Kings. Mucho gusto and welcome to Noche Latina on 2K Sports. From the jerseys to the food to the halftime entertainment tonight, a distinctive Latin flavor. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. You look at San Antonio and the Southwest Division title, tantalizingly close. Winning this game here means it's all theirs.
And you know, right now for San Antonio, they must have reached every goal they set for themselves this season. For them to be this high in the standings this late in the season, what an accomplishment.
And I know it took a long time for people around the league to trust their success, but I don't think there's anybody left out there who doesn't think they're for real at this point.
Now Sacramento starting five. Aflalo is out there with Collison. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then it's Big Smooth. And it's Cousins in at the 5 down low. Now here's Cousins. 26 points for him last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backboard.
The Kings shooting their first free throws of the game.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Well, no way to argue it. Tim Duncan, Clark, has been a winner his whole career. He's sharp mentally, and he's got the great tenacity on the floor. Only the greats have those qualities.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think media members still underestimate his will to win. You don't do what he's done without a real laser-focused approach.
Here's Gay, following the score by Tony Parker. Inside, and here comes the break. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
You know, interesting, guys, to illustrate Duncan and how he just wins. I mean, Spurs went 8-10 in December of 2014. That marked only the third losing month ever for Tim Duncan.
Gay with it, picked up by Aldridge. Shots good by Gay.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
For San Antonio, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Parker, and he makes good on the layup. Parker's got 6.
And that stat you said about Duncan and losing months, it says a lot about both him and his first franchise since day one, and deserves all the praise you can give him.
Here's Collison, following the score by Tony Parker. A nice shot by Collison.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
For San Antonio, they've gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. It's Parker with the drive, and the wide open shot from Green. And the 3 off target.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Gay with it. Leonard picks him up. Here's Big Smooth. And the rejection by Leonard. And it was last touch by Leonard. Here's Cousins. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Cousins has got his first bucket of the night.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Green dishes to Leonard. Inside. And the dunk by Aldridge.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
From Kawhi Leonard.
And it's the Kings with the ball. They trail by 1. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
And really, I just felt like they didn't compete, particularly on the backboard. Probably their weakest area in that game.
Well, they weren't doing their work early. They weren't carving out space for themselves under the glass. And guys just weren't working hard enough in my estimation.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Cousins.
You know, last season, DeMarcus Cousins had several triple-doubles, but with Cousins, he would have 20-plus rebounds to go along with 20 points and 10 assists. That's amazing for a big man. For any man, as a matter of fact.
Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Tim Duncan. So he gets them both. Spurs trail by 3. Right now, let's find out what head coach George Karl had to say to our Doris Burke. Doris?
I asked him what they needed to key in on defensively, and he said, well, we've got to limit penetration by Tony Parker. He's really the, quote, head of the snake, and with his floater, he doesn't need to get all the way to the rim to score. It's crucial that we do our best to keep him outside the lane. Guys, that's no easy assignment. We'll see how much success they have defensively.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Cousins, there's the bucket, good. Cousins has got 8 points. And for Cousins, those 20-20-10 triple-doubles are an incredibly rare feat. First time, in fact, that we've seen that in the NBA since 2010.
And he was the first big man since the great Wilt Chamberlain to do it in back-to-back games. So Cousins is one of the rare big men who can do it all and has displayed that multiple times last season.
Here's Collison. Following the basket by LaMarcus Aldridge. Collison kicks to Cousins. It's Dedmon with the rebound. San Antonio trailing here. Leonard attacking. Kawhi Leonard. With another great season last year, earned his first Defensive Player of the Year award with his outstanding play.
And for Leonard, he became the first perimeter player to win one since 2004. That just shows you how incredible his defense was at times.
Caspi, he's checked in for Sacramento.
He's always been extremely reliable at the line, and today's been no different.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. The Kings call timeout.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
All right, Kings, one more time. Keep it going for your Silver Dancers.
Here's Collison. He's coming off a 16-point game against Dallas. The pass to Caspi. Sacramento again missing.
And, you know, for Leonard, you can add that Defensive Player of the Year award to his hardware list, and that puts him in elite company, one of only 3 players to win Defensive Player of the Year and Finals MVP. The other 2, Jordan and Olajuwon. Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Gay outside. The dish now to Cousins. It's stolen. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Leonard, no luck.
And for Leonard, winning the Defensive Player of the Year didn't change him at all. I mean, he received a car for winning that award and gave it to charity. Went out of his way to thank his teammates during his acceptance speech. I mean, I think it speaks of his character and really the impact that Popovich has had on him and that entire Spurs team. You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Collison against Parker. Green up on top. Feeds to Dedmon. And that one is stuffed right through.
Not much defense to speak of yet here, guys.
Nope, it's been all offense, fellas, all the time here early.
Collison against Parker from 15 feet away. And that one's good. 10 points for DeMarcus Cousins.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
Parker passes to Aldridge. To the middle. Here's Dedmon. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Well, Gregory is talking about the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. David Lee checked in for Aldridge. Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Manu Ginobili, he's checked in for Green. And B subbed in for Tony Parker.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Lawson taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Lee left side. Ginobili sends a screen for Lee. There's a screen.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
Lawson dishes to Cousins. Here's McLemore. It's blocked. Here is Forbes. Here's Lee. And that one hits back iron. Now, here is Lawson. He's guarded closely. Dishes to Cousins. And now, the fast break Anderson with the ball. And it's Manu Ginobili with the finish.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Here's Lawson. After the basket by San Antonio. And they're moving it up. Here's Forbes. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And now it's a 10-point San Antonio lead. Lawson outside. Anderson with the block. Here is Forbes. Pass to Dedmon. And stolen by Barnes. Now Cousins. Lawson in the corner. Screen by Cousins. Passes to Caspi. He feeds it to McLemore. Knocks down the three ball.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans.
And you know what? A shame that either team had to lose that game because you had to be proud of the way they battled in it.
Yeah, I suppose that's right, but it still was heartbreaking to me. You hate to lose in OT, no matter how hard you played. You want to come out on top if you're going to play those extra minutes.
Lawson with it. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Now here's Cousins. No good on the buzzer beater. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. It's San Antonio leading by 9. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker, who said he lives for the challenge of continuing to improve.
I always try to improve and get better, and Pop always challenged me. He came to me and he said, you know, good players, they can have a great season, but the great players, they have many great seasons. So he said, what you want to be?
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows Pop's and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence, and that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk one. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Spurs?
I just really like what we're seeing from a defensive standpoint, forcing a lot of turnovers with those quick hands.
Yeah, those active hands, Greg, have produced a number of steals early. They've been very aggressive.
The always reliable Parker and Green in the backcourt. Duncan out there with David Lee, and it's Leonard in at the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5.
And you know what? Last season, Tim Duncan added another record to his growing resume. I mean, he passes Karl Malone as the all-time leader in double-doubles.
LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for San Antonio. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Sacramento. Here's Richardson. San Antonio with the rebound. With Duncan in the double-doubles record, it says so much about just how he has delivered on the floor, Clark, for so long.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, double-doubles didn't get recorded until fairly recently. Don't let that take away from what Duncan has accomplished. He's one of the all-time greats.
Aldridge kicks to Duncan. And a strong finish with two hands.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
So it's Sacramento now, following the bucket by the Spurs. And stolen by Aldridge. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Parker against Gay. Parker passes to Aldridge. Outside Leonard. 5 to shoot. Off the screen. No good off the front iron.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
The drive by Collison, and he gets it to go. Collison's got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Collison against Parker. Can't get it to go. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. And following this one, they'll take on the Hornets in New Orleans. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them. The drive by Collison. Here's Big Smooth. Great D that time from Green.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
Kicks it to Aldridge. And he uses the glass on the layup. Aldridge has got 8 points.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint. Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Richardson. Collison kicks to Gay. He's whistled for the 5-second back to the basket violation.
Kevin, we've got a moment here to take a look at what the Spurs have done as far as NBA stats go over the last month. First in assists, first in blocks, and they're also #1 in shooting percentage. This is a team that prides itself on taking high-quality shots.
And how about that assist rate? Great chemistry offensively, playing with one mind, if you will, all on the same page. That's special basketball we're witnessing here tonight.
Spurs leading by 15. Parker kicks to Duncan. Sacramento grabs the miss. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
And that was one of the few times that you'll see a team just lack fight defensively in losing that game.
Yeah, and I know their fans may not want to hear it, but the reality and the truth is the defensive end of the floor was not what it needed to be in terms of effort.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
The Kings trail by 15. Outside Collison. The feed to Gay. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
The one-hand tomahawk for you, folks. That's automatic highlight reel material.
That got their entire bench right up and out of their chair.
And Kevin, how about the reaction from his teammates, not just on the bench? Look at the guys even in the game.
I mean, Tony Parker's just showing us how it's done with that beautiful shot of his.
Aflalo outside. He kicks it to Collison. The 8-footer off the left rim and out.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
It's tipped. Parker dishes to Green. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got his 3rd assist on the night. Collison against Parker. With the floater. And Collison lays it in. Collison's got 6 points.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Parker passes to Ulrich.
We've seen Ulrich playing a good game here. He has 8 points, and he's added a steal to his stat line also.
You know what? The number is not huge, but he has been doing some valuable defensive work for him.
First one falls for him.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
One way to protect the lead, knock down those free throws, and 100% free throwing for the quarter, that's superb.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Sacramento. Caspi comes in for Rudy Gay. Collison up top, covered by Parker, and the call will be against Tony Parker. That's his first foul. A different look now for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Green, and B subbed in for Tony Parker. Outside Collison. He dishes it to Cousins. Rebound San Antonio. Duncan's got his 4th rebound in this one. And there's Ginobili. That's good on the assist from Leonard. Leonard's got 4 assists now tonight.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Cousins. Caspi for 3. Rebound Kawhi Leonard.
Listen, Kawhi Leonard hasn't been in the league for a long time, but he's feeling right at home. Said last season he wants to remain a Spur for life.
Here's Forbes. No good with the triple. The Kings trail by 20. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Duncan. And it's Anderson in for Kawhi Leonard. And a change for the Kings. McLemore's checked in.
And ran his man straight into the screen and got a clear path to the bucket.
That is how it is done.
Excellent team play there on the pick, and then he rips it down.
And for Leonard to hear players say that a lot, but rarely before they reach the end of their rookie contract.
Yeah, I think Leonard just realizes what a special situation he found himself in. I mean, he is the complete package as a player and custom made for how the Spurs like to play and do things.
The Kings making a switch here. Lawson's checked in.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Anderson kicks to Dedmon. Ginobili outside. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Ginobili. Lawson with the defensive effort there.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Aflalo, that's good. Spurs leading by 18. Here is Forbes. But they'll get another chance. And it's off from three-point range. Lawson kicks to McLemore. Can't cash in from close range.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And so here's Sacramento following the three-pointer by San Antonio. And a follow kicks to Caspi. They set the pick. Now here's McLemore. He's covered by Ginobili. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
You know, when you look at DeMarcus Cousins, he's clearly one of the more talented and also one of the most emotional players in the game. He's also one of the most teed up.
And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. Yeah, talking about Cousins' top 5 in technical fouls in each of his first 5 seasons. Among other things, that's given away a ton of free points, guys, to the opposition.
Yeah, DeMarcus is working hard to control that temper, and he knows it's important for the team. But it's hard to plug a volcano.
Here's Lawson. After the basket by San Antonio, here's Forbes, and laid in to finish the break. Forbes has got 5 points now in the quarter.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. David Lee's checked in for San Antonio. And a change for the Kings. Richardson's checked in. Lawson outside. Now here's Cousins. He's covered closely. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. San Antonio leading by 23. Lee outside. Ginobili, that's for 2. No good. And it's the Kings taking it the other way.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
The offensive rebound, Cousins, and the powerful one-handed slam.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
GA, strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way and got his reward at the end.
And San Antonio has possession. Sacramento making their last shot. And the jam by David Lee.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right there for sure.
Yeah, he'll take those all day.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. McLemore dishes to Richardson. Pass to Caspi. Screen by Cousins. Now Caspi. He's coming off a 13-point game against Dallas. Good tee by Lee. Ginobili, that's for 2. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Spurs out in front, opening up a huge gap. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, David, obviously a very strong...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, the bench came away with this one. Tremendous job of getting loose, getting open, and drilling shots off the bench. And these guys deliver.
Our halftime show. Now we take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half call.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. You look at DeMarcus Cousins in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
The second half is underway, and here's who George Karl's got on the floor. Collison is out there with a front. Then it's Big Smooth. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Gay in at the 3. Outside Collison. Rudy Gay on the wing. Here's the pass to Cousins. And a follow kicks to Cousins. Cousins has got 16 points.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Follow against Green. Duncan right side. The dish to Aldridge. That's no good, but just his first miss in 5 shots. And for Sacramento, they're shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Collison, the pass to Gay. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. 8 points for Gay.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
And that one's good. Parker.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Parker's gone 6 of 7 so far. Boy, he's making it look easy here, isn't he? Collison against Parker. There's the screen. Here's Cousins. The offensive rebound. Back to Collison. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. That one on Parker. Sacramento shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
And stolen by Cousins. And here we go with Collison running it up the court. Again, the miss by the Kings. Spurs leading by 23. Parker dishes to Duncan. Cousins against Aldridge. And Duncan throws it down.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And it's a Flalo penetrating.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Duncan kicks to Parker. Fires at the elbow. And another basket for San Antonio.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. The drive by Collison. Kicks it out to Gay. And a follow wide open. He shoots. Nails the wide open jump shot. Flalo's got 6. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And guys, you see how Rudy Gay just exploded last season in the second half. I mean, I think he felt at ease in George Karl's system. And I think that's one reason why you're starting to see just how good Rudy Gay can be.
Matt Barnes is checked in for Sacramento.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling the rebounds, the putbacks. The other team just a step slow.
Here's Collison. The teardrop falls in. Collison's got 4 points this quarter. For a long time, critics have gotten on Gay for his lack of efficiency, but he quieted some of those voices, Clark, last year with his play and stats.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, across the board, he made nice improvements, not only in his scoring, but also his ability to create shots for others.
And Parker, here we go. 5 on the clock. Leonard, no luck. For Sacramento, they've gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Gay. He's got 8. Feeds to Barnes. Clock at 6. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his third foul of the game.
That's his third personal foul.
Here's Barnes. Dishes it to Gay. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for San Antonio.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good crisp passes.
Duncan kicks to Leonard. Step back shot. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Leonard's got 8 points.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
Collison kicks to Aflalo. Back to Collison. And Parker with the block. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Green. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. Averaging about 11 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And to have a knockdown shooter like that coming off the bench, a great asset for any coach.
Yeah, he always seems to supply points for this group. And yeah, things can get stagnant without that spark plug. He serves the bill there.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's Collison. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard. A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Break shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame since he was having the best of his career today.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Duncan. Lee comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Ginobili in for Kawhi Leonard.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella.
Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before. He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Here's Caspi. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a super sixth man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game.
6 on the shot clock. Outside, Ginobili. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Big Smooth got 4 rebounds now tonight. Knocked away. Lawson has the open look. Drains it from beyond the arc. Lawson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Outside, Green. To the inside. And the jam by David Lee.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
The Kings have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. And Lawson with the drive. And Parker with the block. They recover it. Pass to Lawson. Shoots the 3. Lawson can't get that one to fall.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Inside. And the dunk by Barnes.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
San Antonio leading by Parker. Kicks to Dedmon. To the middle. There's the pick. Passes to Ginobili. Leans from outside. Sacramento grabs the miss.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
Green with the block. Lee kicks to Parker. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Outside Collison. Nobody near Barnes. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. Collison's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Parker. Can't get it to go. Good D by Lawson. Kings have gone 8 of 16 in the 3rd quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Fires for 3. And here we go. Lee heading to the hoop. The coast-to-coast dunk.
And really just straight to the basket with a full head of steam.
Well, if you're going to throw it down, make sure you throw it down with force.
Sacramento's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Collison inside. He's covered by Ginobili. Nice D from Ginobili.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
I agree with you. I mean, not the shot they were hoping for.
Against Green. And here's Lawson. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Lawson's got 5 now.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever.
Here we go, San Antonio. Please give it up to the Spurs.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the 4th quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And for Sacramento, they're shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Manu and Kawhi filling out the perimeter. Anderson is out there with Duncan. And it's Forbes in at the 1 spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. You know, Clark, the one thing you can say about Ty Lawson is his awareness around the floor. He's just ubiquitous, and his court vision is incredible.
Excellent peripheral vision. He averaged almost 10 assists a game last season. That's the best year of his career thus far.
And for Ty Lawson, playmaking isn't a concern. He's got that. His shooting accuracy, though, seems to drop every year. In fact, the last 2 years have been the worst of his career.
Caspi passes to Gay. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Tries it from 19. Trained for 2 points.
Yeah, you know, going back to Lawson's declining shooting percentage, really no apparent reason for it. Last year he launched the fewest threes in his past 4 seasons, but he still couldn't find the rhythm, and it really hurt his team down the stretch.
Here's Gay. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Spurs leading by 23. And Forbes kicks to Anderson. Down low. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, another good game tonight for Duncan here. He has 8 points and also an assist.
The Spurs making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in. Aaron Aflalo. He's checked in for the Kings. And Duncan drops them both. Sacramento with the ball. McLemore with the ball. Screen by Cousins. And Aflalo kicks to McLemore. Back to Aflalo. The feed to Cousins. Just 4 to shoot. That's good.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him, because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work him over the rest of the game.
Nice shot by Ginobili.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Here's the screen. And McLemore kicks to Aflalo. Cousins with a screen for Aflalo. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Leonard, that's for 2. No good. Gay with the defensive effort. Kings have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Aflalo with it. Picked up by Ginobili. An even 3-on-3 break. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Ginobili. And 12 points for Leonard.
What a pass by the fearless Manu Ginobili. Great teamwork.
McLemore dishes to Casper. Screen by Cousins. And the dunk by McLemore.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. He feeds it to Cousins. There's the pick. At the top of the key, Aflalo. Got freed up. Nice work off the pick. Aflalo's got 4 points in the quarter.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Simmons is checked in, and Parker's subbed in for B. And the Kings also making a change. Richardson, he's checked in for McLemore. Here's Richardson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now here's Parker. Aldridge a screen. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Out to the right wing. Simmons. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And, guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
Lazy defense there, though, fellas. Somebody's got to be willing to put their body on the line and try to impede his path there.
Outside Aldridge. Here's Leonard. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
They've had difficulties the way Leonard has been playing. 12 points, and he's come away with 2 steals as well. He's blown up some plays out there.
And it also shows you the importance of intelligence as a defender because he has been a nightmare on the ball.
And some changes here for the Spurs. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Duncan. Bertans comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's D in for Parker. And then for Sacramento, the Monsters checked in for Cousins. Tolliver comes in for Caspi. Robinson is subbed in for Aaron Aflalo. There's a screen by Robinson. Richardson the pass to Gay. And stolen by Murray. Here's Leonard. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Darren Collison, he's checked in for Sacramento.
Darren Collison.
Spurs have gone on a tear here in the 4th. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. Pass to Bertans. And he lobs it up, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. The shot no good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Outside Leonard. That's tipped. It's taken away by Collison. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Robinson's got the ball.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Outside Collison. Shot to stop the run, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
And when it comes to size, it's not a one-on-one matchup that favors him.
Well, you wouldn't know it with that finish, I tell you. I mean, that took a little bit of creativity right there.
Dedmon passes to Bertens. And it's San Antonio with another.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
The drive by Collison. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. Richardson missing again.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Leonard on the wing, guarded by Robinson. There's the three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Here's Collison. The shot misses. Great D that time from Leonard. Simmons dishes to Murray. Simmons passes to Bertens. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
They got to keep fighting their way to the line, guys. This half has been nothing but success for them there.
Yeah, taking full advantage from the charity stripe. They've yet to miss here in the second.
Anderson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. McLemore's checked in for Sacramento. Lawson comes in for Darren Collison. For Sacramento, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. And Lawson with the drive, looking to end the run, uses both hands to slam it down.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Murray kicks to Anderson. The pass to Murray.
2 minutes.
From down low, here's Dedmon. Touch off the glass.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Here is Tolliver. Back to Richardson. And it'll be Sacramento as it goes out of bounds. The Kings retain possession.
You can tell that pass just hung in the air for a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Long enough for him to get a hand on it and knock it out of play.
Lawson dishes to Richardson. Just 5 on the clock. Tries it from 19.
Right now, he just can't buy a basket. I mean, I tell you what, he's getting good shots, but he just can't seem to get it to go down. He's just got to continue to stay with it, and eventually they'll fall.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for San Antonio.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And counting tonight's game on the season, they'll now have won 57 games this year.
A healthy serving of humble pie, owning the season series throughout. This victory will give them a clean sweep of 3-0 this year against the Kings.
And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for Tony Parker. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
And he gets it to go.
Only took him a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Passes it to Bertens. Kicks it to Anderson. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. He dishes it to Simmons. Wide open look. And another basket for San Antonio.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
That doesn't go either for Lawson.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, guys, I'm here with Tony Parker, and congratulations on this win. What was working in terms of the team's offensive flow?
I think the ball movement was great tonight. But I think the main thing for us is to play great defense. Defensively, we have to be at our best, and everybody has to help, and I think tonight we did a great job.
You were certainly on point, Tony. Thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. And now time to send it over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Tony Parker. He simply had a dominant third quarter, and it quickly became apparent he wanted to exert his control over the tempo of the game.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunity.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal.